when I was about, this happened probably in the early 70s, right around, I'm going to guess, right around 1974. I was about 11 years old, and back in my days, you didn't sit in front of the TV set at grandma's. It was on a Sunday, and everybody was on the porch. And my dad told me, he said, Greg, go in the backyard and play. He said, we're going to talk about the Charles Manson murders. Now, the Manson murders, Sharon Tate, had just happened about 5 years prior. And now, I didn't exactly do what my dad said. I did leave the porch, and I got around the house just out of his line of sight where he could not see me, and I stopped. Really the first time in life I've ever heard of a brutal murder. And I could hear my dad, my grandma, my mom, my Aunt Jean, our neighbor, talk about it. And it was just the most, they was graphic, because that's why he told me to go in the backyard. Now, I was 11 years old. Now, just because I heard that or knew about it, it didn't hurt the 1970s. Sorry for the traffic noise. It didn't hurt the 1970s. The 1970s still had a very secure, peaceful feel to the decade. I was old enough to realize it's just an isolated incident. But anyway, I remember standing there, disobeying what my dad's. I did finally get to the backyard like he said, but I disobeyed him a little bit. As when he told me to leave, go in the backyard and play, I got just out of his sight, and I stopped to listen to them all talk about the brutal murders. I hear my dad talking about all the blood, all the stabbing. They wrote pig on the door. And that was horrifying to hear my dad and the rest of the grandma, my mom, like I just said, and my aunt and our neighbor talk. It was horrifying to hear them talk about it. I was about 11 years old. I'd say right around 1974. It might have been 73, but I wasn't no teenager yet. I remember that. No, I was, 11, 12 years old.